Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulihil ameen. Wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. Wa man tabi'ahum bi ihsanin ila yawmiddin. Amma ba'd. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم تنكح المرأة لأربع لمالها ولجمالها ولحسبها ولدينها فاظفر بذات الدين تربت يداك أو كما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. Dear viewers, we welcome you once again to this program called The Social Evils and Their Redressal. Today, inshallah ta'ala, we are going to talk about choosing the right life partner. Unfortunately today, we don't really pay a lot of attention to what the Quran and the Ahadith have to say in order for us to choose the right life partner. And we tend to follow in the footsteps of the people around us, the footsteps of the West, which is why you see that today's marriages are not in accordance, are not in compliance with the teachings of the Sharia. On one hand, you have the Prophet ﷺ telling us to marry someone who's religious, and Allah Azza wa Jal, and the Prophet ﷺ has made dua for the one that chooses the right candidate, that chooses the right partner based on religion. Nabi Kareem ﷺ said, Taribat yadak, may you be blessed. And here we are not really ready to choose the life partner based on the teachings of the Prophet ﷺ. Look, the Prophet ﷺ said that people actually choose their life partners based on how wealthy they are, based on how beautiful one is, or for that matter, based on the lineage they have, the hasab they have, the nasab they have. And if you dissect this hadith just a little bit further, you would also learn that Jews marry based on how wealthy the person is. Christians, on the other hand, marry the beautiful ones. Similarly, Arabs in the days of Jahiliyyah used to marry people based on their lineage. That's why the Prophet ﷺ has commanded us to marry people based on their religion. And if we don't do that, then yes, we are talking about catastrophic days ahead of us. Because the teachings of the Prophet ﷺ, because the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ says, لَتَتَّبِعُنَّ سَنَنَ مَنْ كَانَ قَبْلَكُمْ شِبْرًا بِشِبْرٍ وَذِرَاعًا بِذِرَاعٍ حَتَّى لَوْ دَخَلُوا جُحْرَ ضَبٍّ لَسَلَكْتُمُوهُ. The hadith actually says that we are going to follow in the footsteps of the Jews as well as the Christians. That's possibly why we see that a lot of us today marry people based on how wealthy their daughters are, marry people based on their family status, marry them based on how beautiful that girl is, whether she knows a thing or two about Islam, about the Quran or not, is something that we don't really pay attention to. That's why during the reign of Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, a man, when approached Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, saying that my son doesn't quite obey me, my son doesn't quite listen to me, the Caliph Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu summons his son and asks him about the complaint his dad has made against him. He says, in turn, I have certain complaints against my own dad. Has my dad given me a nice name? Has my dad given me, the nice atmosphere in the house? And has my dad given me the right teachings of Islam? So Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu had to go back to this man, had to reprimand this man, saying that you did not do your job properly and you're asking about your son's punishment and you're asking me to punish your son. You have not done what you're supposed to do. Therefore, this man had gotten married to someone who was a Zoroastrian. Yeah? This man had gotten married to a Zoroastrian, and this man did not even give this boy any nice name. He named him really badly. I think he gave him some ugly name. And then he expected the son to be able to listen to him. That's why we got to choose the right life partners. And if we follow the teachings of the Prophet ﷺ, which means if we understand the importance of marrying only the righteous ladies, marrying only the Islamic ladies, the practicing ladies, believe me, every single girl in the society will have to toe the line, because then she would know that in order for her chances of marriage to increase, she has to be religious to begin with. And if we don't really do that, then again, may Allah Azza wa Jal save us. Therefore, may Allah Azza wa Jal get us to marry righteous ladies. Ameen Ya Rabbil Alameen. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.